asking myself what I have to say. I was looking through all these videos last night, and I've been sort of working out every prophetic requirement for the second coming. He's on a white horse. He comes with the clouds. He's caught up to God. Satan tries to devour him as a baby. There's a celestial sign, the only one in 10,000 years, that occurs on September 23rd, 2017. He's a direct descendant of King David. He eradicates all illness via some sort of exercise globally. Comes from the tribe of Judah. It happens 70 years after the establishment of Israel in a wicked world. There's other stuff too. And I watched Truth Rabbit again last night, and I realized exactly why. He's on a white horse in the clouds, with the harps of God, singing the song of Moses and Jesus. That came later after the movie. That's how we never get sick or die. When I think about all the people that I've approached that have rejected me, and I think about the shame that they must feel, they will feel eventually, when my faithful and true self gets this done. And I can't imagine feeling that. I just think back to when my brother had a hyper-religious episode a decade ago. And when he was talking, I strained to listen to him. I didn't get that same fucking courtesy from anyone. No family members. One friend. I will say it's two friends. One friend was open the first time I mentioned it to him, and then he hasn't responded to me since. And then the other one rejected me at first, and then accepted me, and has now rejected me again. I can't imagine what that would feel like once I get this done. And frankly, I think it's better this way, because I can truly say that I did this whole thing alone. Well, with God, which means I was never alone. I did have some help. My friend gave me a place to stay for a couple weeks. His dad let me stay with him one night. And my mom has let me stay with her, of course. It's under the guise of me taking Risperidol or whatever fucking medication some scientists has come up with, who never actually listened to the patient in terms of what they had to say. So I think about these things as I make this list of prophetic requirements. Jesus had over 300 that he met. I don't know what my list is right now. I'm still trying to just get the ones that foreshadow my arrival. As for Jesus' relationship to me, I can't be sure, because Revelation's pretty vague about that. It's not vague. It starts out with Jesus delivering the revelation to John. Then it says, who's worthy enough? And the Lion of Judah that's me. But then the next paragraph, a lamb comes and opens the book. And at first I thought to myself, well, the lion is the human being on earth that triggers Jesus' return. That's clear. But then the lion makes war with nations later in Revelation. And then it's weird. It says the lion has Lord of Lord and King of Kings on his thigh and on his vestibule, or whatever the fucking term is. But then later they call the Lamb the Lord of Lords, and the King of Kings. So I don't know if that means just because it's written on me as I make war with nations that I'm representing Jesus, or if the gap between the lion and the lamb throughout Revelation that closes at the end is me realizing that I'm actually his return, truly. When I realized this last night, I thought, what a jip. Everyone in the Bible who was anyone was their own human being. Noah, Adam, even Jesus, Moses. When I think about myself, to rob me of my identity, maybe rob's the wrong word, but to take an identity and say it wasn't ever mine, that feels wrong to me. But at the same time, I think to myself, the pain that Jesus endured, and if this is truly, if I'm truly him or whatever, he's me, then he gets what he wants. So that's okay too. Doesn't say my name is King of Kings, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. It says it's written. What it also says earlier, unrelated, is that my name that I know, that no one else does, is the Word of God. So I guess how I've reconciled that is, it's my choice. If I say I'm James, I'm James. If I say I'm Jesus, I'm Jesus. There's just one little catch. It's the marriage supper of the Lamb and the bride of the Lamb. So if I'm James, just representing Jesus, his return, then that means the bride of the Lamb is New Jerusalem, which is basically, it's New York City. Or I can make an argument to say it's the church. That's what the church would want me to say. But and that means I'm truly lost when it comes to a woman. That's James. However, if I make the statement that I am in fact Jesus, his return, then the marriage of the Lamb, the bride of the Lamb, could actually be a woman. So I guess what would resolve it probably be to give the decision to the woman. Let her decide. In the meantime, I'm looking out for someone that's truly in need of a miracle. And I figure that'll happen at the right time. I don't imagine this going much longer. But I gotta tell you,